Alright guys, here we go. Back on the Dualsport. First Dualsport ride. Quite a while, pretty excited, pretty happy to be here. KTM 500 EXCF 2021. Just haven't spent enough time on this bike. But hopefully that will change soon. So I have been doing a bit of commuting on this bike back and forth to work, so it's not like I'm not riding it at all. Just haven't had the time to really get off road with it. Been doing a lot of track riding, as you know. A lot of Moto 541. Been doing some high desert MX stuff. Just having a good time riding my dirt bikes. Riding the 24KX 450 mostly. But yeah, back out on the KTM. Gonna head back up into the woods. Get up to John's Peak. Kind of do a little ride here. Not gonna do anything too crazy because, well, mainly because I never do anything too crazy because that's just not my style. I ride within my own means, typically. But yeah, been a long time since I've been in the woods. I think my last woods race was China Hat last year. And then I've just been track riding and breaking bones, so I had some time off. Found out really quick I am in horrible shape for wood riding. Up here at the Peak Cabin Trail right here. This Sunday, the Sunday of the Booker Run. The Booker Run was canceled because we had an extreme amount of rain on Saturday, so very wet up here. The traction was pretty good when where it wasn't too sloppy. Granted, it was awesome on the granite. I can tell that part of what I rode today was some AMA hair scramble stuff that hasn't been refurbished or repaired yet. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. And I don't mind rough if I'm on the right bike. This bike is not
What
it.
happens when you don't ride in the woods enough anymore? You get bad at it.
Love this bike. But like I said, it's 2021 KTM 500 EXCF. Completely stock. Stock suspension. Stock everything. Got a skid plate on. Got some different mirrors. Otherwise, it's good stock. I mean, different tires, of course. Don't typically run any type of DOT tire on my dirt bikes because they suck in the dirt as far as I'm concerned.
These tires aren't exactly blessed with great tread anymore, so that's awesome.
But these tires aren't great either because I've got too much pavement time on them for sure. So they're better than the Continentals that came on this bike. They're not amazing. Time for a fresh set for sure. Man, just excited to be back at the Peak though. Really, I mean, I love this place. Grew up riding up here. Spent a lot of time up here. Still get lost up here all the time.
Pretty rough out here.
I've been running on the Dualsport rides. A lot of the time I'll wear the climbed bar gear, which is, it's pretty good stuff for the most part, but I do find that when I get off road, I lose some of my comfort because I don't have knee pads fastened to my legs like I normally do, chest protector and all that stuff. So these do have some
Cabin trail.
some armor in them, but yeah, it's not the same. So definitely better than nothing. And I like the gear because it's kind of loose fitting and it's not waterproof, but it dries quick. There are a lot of things I like about it, but I think I'd be much better off if I'm going to do a John's Peak ride in my normal Plus I'm riding a Bell, kind of a adventure helmet. Bell MX9. Just got the visor on it, so I don't wear goggles. That doesn't work out all that well either in the dirt. Not for this type of single track ride. And I know this is kind of a double track road, but you know what I'm saying. Great helmet, I love it for the road. I love it for fire roads, love it for just cruising around, but for single track I'd much rather have a set of goggles. Lenses will fog up on it a little bit, so it has a big, you know, it's a big visor, right? So it, you know, when it's raining, it gets really blocked by rain winds.
It's been a long time since I've been up here.
Yeah, the braking bumps on cabin trail were deep. And the suspension on the KTM is soft, so not a great combination. But yeah, my mom made a comment on my last video out of me riding out a motorcycle and then I moved to Dualsport. So funny, I had made this ride prior to that helmet being made. So here you go, Mom. A little woods riding for you. I always got to shout out your mom. My mom's my biggest fan. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling so hot out in the woods. 4-stroke, you know, all that engine braking, not the best traction, not the right gear. I mean, I got all kinds of excuses. I was riding pretty slow today. I just wasn't feeling it. That being said, I had a great time. Johns Peak is always a great time. Cabin Trail, one of my favorite trails. There were only 2 cars at Paradise, so I still rode cautiously because there's always, you know, two-way traffic on this trail, but I wasn't quite as worried that there was going to be a lot of traffic. Anybody who watches this channel knows that right up at this corner here, I got a little head-on a couple years ago on this bike. Really wasn't even quite a head-on, we just kind of brushed each other, but, you know. Definitely remember. Gotta be careful out there. The Peak has become a really popular area. Weekends are almost not worth coming up anymore because there's just so many people. Now there's a lot of trails up here you can get away from the crowd. You really know where to go for the most part, but it can be a bit sketchy, you know. But if you can get out during the week, which is really hard for me to do because I work for a living, so it's harder for me to get out during the week, but if you can and you can get some spots to yourself, it's pretty awesome. Of course, during the summer, as it gets hot, fire season, way less people up here, plus fire season, so keep that in mind. For the dead of winter with snow, lots of water. Rain, for the most part, doesn't keep people from riding their dirt bikes. It usually doesn't keep me from riding my dirt bike. I planned on coming up here on Saturday, but oddly enough, it rained enough to where I was like, yeah, you know, not really feeling it. I was going to bring the 250 XC up, but Sunday was supposed to be the poker run, which I wasn't planning on doing. But since it got canceled, I was like, you know, maybe we'll do a slow ride. Get out, don't have to load anything up in the van or the truck or whatever. Just go for a spin. Turned out to be awesome. Of course, I've been riding the KX450 a lot. Tracks, doing some moto, enjoying it. Of course, the body is suffering. It's just not You got some elbow issues, some wrist issues, shoulder issues. It's got all kinds of little issues. So, just trying to figure that stuff out. Kind of bummed about it, really. Last year, before I got hurt, I felt like I was probably in the best riding shape I've maybe ever been in.
Whoa.
Not perfect.
What's happening up here? Helipad, maybe?
Definitely not perfect. Not, a lot of room for more fitness, but I don't know. I was feeling pretty good. And yeah, I got hurt, and I just kind of had some bagging stuff going on. And that's just frustrating. Lots of standing water up here today, of course. So it rained a lot. This is Trail 7. It's another fun one to grip on, but these connector trails that kind of connect one area to the next, they get quite a bit of traffic on them, so you always have to be really cautious on this stuff. There were quite a few people up here at Lily Prairie.
Definitely a lot of additional weight with the pack on.
I think the people that were planning on riding the poker run came up, and even though it got rained out, they were already there. They camped and had a good time. That being said, I think the poker run is this week. I think they pushed it out a week to, what is it, the 10th and the 11th maybe?
This was for the part of the hair scramble course because it's so tore up.
Which this video will drop Friday.
I'd say probably so.
The day before the weekend of the poker run. It's been moved to. Well, I can't even talk today. I just got off work, so I am. It's been a long day. Kind of warm today. I don't know how hot it got. Maybe in the mid-80s. So I'm just tired. Can't think straight. Can't talk straight. You know, that's pretty normal. But hey, Dualsport ride. That's something different. Gotta be exciting, right? That being said, I will get done editing this video and probably go outside and get this bike cleaned up, the oil changed on it, maybe do some filter stuff. Probably gonna race this weekend out of Moto 541 for their Oregon State Series stuff. This will be kind of the opening round of racing for the summer season here at Moto 541. Pretty excited about it. Come on out if you're not doing the poker run. Practice on Friday, race on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know if I'll race both days. We'll see how I feel on Sunday after racing. The only goals I have are to come out unscathed. No injuries. We don't need any more injuries. On top of the injuries I already have. Part of riding, I guess, but it's no bueno. It's kind of lugging the 500 around. It was slick, man. There were a lot of spots up here that were really slick. Like I said, with these street tires on here. I say street tires because they contact pavement, but yeah, they're not. The front tire is really cupped from braking on pavement, putting the brakes on. So there's just not a lot of braking traction in the front, and the knobs aren't very tall in the center anymore, so they suck and they're not confidence inspiring. And the rear tire is just, it's kind of flattened out. It doesn't have much of a radius to it anymore. So yeah, it's time for some fresh rubber. But I mean, any bike you ride on the road, I don't think tires are going to hold up extremely well unless you get a really hard compound tire. Which maybe I'll try. They'll last longer, they'll have knobs longer, but those hard compound tires don't drift as well in the dirt, that's for sure. But they'll probably last longer. I don't know what's best. Nothing's best. It's always a compromise, right? Especially with dual sports. Kind of take what you can get.
The rain hit my eyeballs hurt. Kind of crazy.
Probably can't even tell if they're in the camera. Well, yeah, maybe. There's some drops in the camera. Some doing a horrible job wiping the camera off.
Don't know where I'm going at this point.
So many places to go. Just gotta pick one. Point and shoot. Don't want to think about it for too long. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shut my mouth for a little bit and just kind of let this ride play out. Might jump in every once in a while and say something if I got something to say. Hey look, a little bit of snow. Apparently we got quite a bit of snow on Saturday up here. And it's mostly melted by today, but kind of crazy. Getting snow this late in the season. Lots of standing water. That was expected.
Snow on the ground.
Trying not to get my toes wet. Doesn't work.
Do it. They're fun.
Not much to it. I think it continues on somewhere, but I definitely missed it.
Okay, well, that one. Go off of road. Oh, that's slippery. Oh, that's super slippery. I got nothing for traction here. Oh, stump. Big stump.
So slick.
Huh. Butter trail.
Butter trail, another fun one for a warm up, especially. One of my favorite trails.
Let's shoot up. Bridges are slippery, but I knew that would be the case.
I'm sitting there.
Don't understand all the speeders on it. You cheat.
I never really understood why people straighten the trail out by cutting the corners off. Maybe there's a hill climb. I never paid any attention to it. I think this bike is so good for what it is. Best speed bike I've ever ridden. The Dualsports are kind of funny. I think they're the perfect bike if you only have one bike. I'm not that guy. I've got a bunch of bikes, a couple bikes. I have more bikes than some people, less bikes than other people. I don't know. But if this was my only bike, it wouldn't be stock. I'd definitely get the suspension done, get a valve, get the springs sprung right for my weight, uncork the motor. Then it would be a pretty good dirt bike. A really good dirt bike, to be honest with you. But since I have bikes that are already really good dirt bikes, I just don't feel like I need to do that to this bike right now. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. I would kind of like to start building it maybe for like a light adventure bike. I don't know that I want to do a ton of work, ECU and all that stuff. I'm not really interested in that. Maybe a slip-on. Maybe some saddlebags. Make it more practical. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this bike. I do enjoy not having to load the bike in the back of my truck and still being able to go out and ride the dirt. Doesn't have much range though, so it's not like the best bike for just going out and exploring. I know I can put a bigger tank on it, and that's an option. Put some saddlebags, throw some extra fuel in though. But the more stuff like that you do, it's less of a good dirt bike. Not a lot, depends on how you do it. Right now, it's literally a dirt bike with plates. Like I said, the motor is pretty stoked up on it. But I just don't feel like I need a ton of power. You know, I'm not that good of a rider to where I need 6 horsepower. You know? I don't know, that's just trying to be practical here. I don't really have an adventure bike at all. I thought about getting a KTM E90, but they're so expensive. I've seen a lot of people have a lot of problems with it, so all that new electronic stuff's another thing. You kind of look at the old KLR 650. Those are kind of tried and true. Seem to be fairly reliable compared to the 890. Don't get me wrong, I love the 890. I think it's an awesome bike, but I just seen a lot of horror stories about it.
That's crazy.
People having lots of issues. But do I need a big adventure bike? Whatever, right? No, probably not. But it's back and forth to work.
Real street tires on this beast really aren't the best for this.
I'm just gonna have to get out loud. I do literally
Check it out.
love it.
That's where we get really good.
I'm sure there's a use for it somewhere along the line.
Pack is throwing my weight off a bunch too. Oh, dude. This is slick.
I'm surprised I didn't hit the ground today. There were more than once that I really thought I was going to.
Look in here.
This is trail 2. And it's typically pretty fun. A lot of beginners hit this trail as close to the parking area for the most part. And it's fun to just go rip on. There's obviously a lot of traffic on it typically as well. So I don't run it very often anymore. But it feels like there's more to it every time I get on it.
Oh my god.
But it's got some real dirt in it. It's got a little bit of clay here and there. It can get pretty slippery. What's this slippery? I'm just exhausted from working. I'd rather be riding my dirt bike, I'll tell you that for sure. Working is not my favorite thing.
Oh, there's no braking traction at all.
That's gonna be a long video. Yeah, I think I'll probably check out. Yeah, I think I've said enough on this one. I think people are tired of listening to me talk. So thanks for watching, and until the next one, I'm out.
Oh.